Philip Murdoch, and I'm a design and engineering teacher. The good, it's here. The bad, it's here. It's, I think, far too early to tell how good or bad it's going to be. Very aware of some of the flaws with it, but the benefits are starting to come out. But regardless, it's something that we've got to look at and use and try and at least make our students aware at this point in time that it's here. Definitely, yeah. It's just enhancing more and more of what they do. We call them digital natives, but they still need to actually learn how to use this type of software applications in a safe, socially acceptable way. In a number of classes, so I built through Zapier a couple of bots to funnel the amount of information that they can get, reduce creativity so that it was more specific to what I wanted it to do. So I allowed them to use it to find, just to explore in a safe and productive way, but also to explore and find out the errors which they found, where they realize that it's not Google and you can't just put in a question and it'll spit out the answer, and that's gospel. So. I've used Zapier, I've used ChatGPT. I also used the version 4 personally, and professionally, obviously. But I've used VizCom, I've used DALL-E 3 with the students through Bing Image Creator, and myself through DALL-E. What else have I've used? I've used Claude AI, I've used Pi AI, Bard. I'm exploring more. It's getting better and better. Photoshop, Firefly. Haven't got onto any of the audio or video ones yet, but that's the next thing to tackle. For most, it's had a positive impact because they were able to, rather than waiting for me to get around to them, being in a class of sort of 20 plus students, they can put the question in and get sort of a more human response than trying to wade through a search engine response. So they've been able to get that instant feedback, but then they can also do that and then go and clarify and check. So for some of the more productive students, it's been very good. For some of the more distracted students or easily distracted students, yeah, they go down the rabbit hole and you've got to bring it back out. Pretty much every day. Yeah, in some form or another, whether it's helping with administrative tasks or helping me with creativity and generating ideas and just exploring, having a one-on-one conversation with someone who can give me instant feedback on my thoughts as such. I'll answer the student level first. Not as yet, but again, I'm only sort of drip feeding it in. It's only, as we speak, only 12 months old in the sense that we can bring it into a classroom. So it's still very early stages in its current iteration. So I can see potential for it, but at the moment it's just a little bit at a time, just making them aware and giving them the safe use of it. Problems that I've issued, the usual hallucinations. Sometimes it just doesn't want to spit out the information that I actually ask it. It just can be, no, I can't do that. You can challenge it. It sometimes helps you out. But it gives you, the biggest issue is it gives you what you ask for, not what you want. So what I mean by that is I'll put in a prompt for a question, an idea for an image, and it gives back what it thinks I'm asking for, but generally it takes a few iterations to get down to what I want. Look, I'm going to have to go up to 8 to 9, definitely on the high side. I really enjoy using it, and I really see the potential in using it, but it's got to it's got to be done correctly. I'll be bringing it more and more in. It's here. The education minister has they've put a framework to implement AI in schools across the board in 2024. So it's here. It's happening. And I think for some it's going to be very difficult. They're going to be looking at the one side of the scale. For me, I'm at the higher end. Not 100% sold out on it because there's still a number of issues that need to be addressed before I don't think it'll ever be perfect, but from November of last year to where we are today, if the improvements keep happening that way, it's going to be great for schools, and it's going to be across the board, not only for my teaching and learning, my subject area, especially being a creative, to help students express themselves creatively, especially with image generation. They've got to be able to use their thoughts to enhance. It's not the other way around. Definitely not the other way around. It's going to help with other students who have difficulty understanding certain languages. They can actually, put the language in and translate it to a way that they can understand. So there's huge potentials. There's amazing things that will happen. It's just we need to make sure that it's done in a safe way for the students. Let's learn from some of the issues that we've had from implementing social media and even internet searches without any real forethought about the consequences. You need to be comfortable with it. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. It's one of those things that you need to be ready to use it. Research. Look, there's tons of information out there. It's not all doom and gloom. There's a lot of that, but no, do a wide range of research. But actually, just start tinkering with it if you can. Just try different things that you're comfortable with, whether it's a chat GPT or it's image generation. And one of the fun ones to really try, if you just to play around with it, is Pi. Which is a great little conversational large language model. And that's a good way, just a nice introduction to it.